The 31st chapter of 1 Samuel is a somber one, chronicling the final hours of King Saul and his reign. The Philistines, the Israelites' perennial foes, have gathered their armies for a decisive battle. Israel, led by the troubled King Saul, finds itself outmatched and on the back foot. The Philistine army, we are told, encamped at Shunem, while Saul and his men assembled on Mount Gilboa. One can almost sense the heavy atmosphere, a sense of foreboding that permeates the narrative. The stage is set for tragedy. Saul, once a promising leader chosen by God, has been slowly unraveling, consumed by jealousy and paranoia. His disobedience to God has led to this moment, a final confrontation that will seal his fate and that of his sons. The narrative is stark, the language simple yet powerful, conveying the weight of the events unfolding. The battle commences, and as the scriptures tell us, the Philistines fight with ferocity, pressing their advantage against the Israelites. The tide quickly turns against Israel, and a sense of despair grips Saul and his remaining soldiers. The author of Samuel doesn't shy away from the brutality of the battle, describing how the Philistine archers target Saul and his sons. The king, we are told, is wounded, his sons cut down around him. The once mighty king, now broken and defeated, realizes the depths of his despair. His army is routed, his sons are dead, and he himself is grievously wounded. In this moment of utter defeat, Saul makes a fateful decision, one that will cement his tragic end. Facing inevitable capture and humiliation at the hands of the Philistines, Saul chooses to end his own life. He falls upon his own sword, preferring death to captivity. It is a tragic end for a king who had once held so much promise. Adding to the tragedy, we learn that Jonathan, Saul's son, and a close friend of David, is also killed in the battle. Jonathan's death is particularly poignant. Known for his courage, loyalty, and his deep friendship with David, Jonathan's demise underscores the devastating impact of Saul's downfall. The deaths of Saul and his sons mark the end of an era, a stark reminder of the consequences of disobedience and the fickle nature of power. Though the chapter is filled with tragedy, a glimmer of hope can be found in the midst of despair. The valiant men of Jabesh Gilead, upon hearing of Saul's death and the desecration of his body, embark on a daring mission. They travel by night to retrieve the bodies of Saul and his sons from the Philistine city of Beth-shan. This act of courage and loyalty, risking their own lives to honor their fallen king, foreshadows a greater act of sacrifice yet to come. Just as these men rescued the body of Saul, so too would Christ's body be taken down from the cross and given a proper burial. This act of love and respect, carried out in defiance of the prevailing darkness, points towards the hope of redemption that lies at the heart of the Christian faith. 1 Samuel chapter 31 concludes with the burial of Saul and his sons under a tamarisk tree in Jabesh Gilead. Their deaths mark a turning point in Israel's history, the end of the era of judges and the beginning of the Davidic monarchy. The chapter is a stark reminder of the consequences of disobedience and the devastating effects of sin. However, amidst the tragedy, we find hints of hope and foreshadowing. The courageous act of the men of Jabesh Gilead, the selfless love of Jonathan, and the tragic downfall of Saul all point towards the greater narrative of redemption that unfolds throughout the Bible. Though darkness seems to prevail at the end of 1 Samuel, the stage is set for a new era, one that will culminate in the coming of Jesus Christ, the true King and ultimate sacrifice. The events of 1 Samuel 31, though tragic, serve as a powerful reminder of God's judgment and mercy, his faithfulness to his promises, and the hope of redemption that lies at the heart of the Christian faith. Are you ready for the next chapter? Just click here to go straight to it.